What's up, ladies and gents? In today's video, we're going to be talking all about HBAR. We're going to be discussing what we are seeing here on the charts, and I'll be giving you guys my price prediction for HBAR over the coming days and weeks, as well as my targets for 2025. So be sure to stay tuned for all of that. Of course, if you are a new viewer, then welcome to this channel. If you do like this sort of content, hit the like button and subscribe for more. If you are a returning viewer, as always, welcome back to the channel. It's great to have you all here. So of course, we're going to be diving straight into this video, starting off with the shorter term and then moving on to my 2025 predictions. Of course, we are on the one-day chart right now. And as you guys can see, over the past few days, HBAR has seen a little bit of a pump, so decent start to August here. Of course, the rest of the crypto market has been looking pretty good as well. But as far as HBAR goes, I see this at the moment as some sort of consolidation. So right now, in the shorter term, not much has been happening, while the prices, in my opinion, are still bound by these two lines. So we've got an upper resistance line here on HBAR, we've got a lower support line here on HBAR, and as you can see, for basically the past month, HBAR has been consolidating in this region. Now, of course, I am still bullish HBAR here in the shorter term, and I think the party can really get started once the prices here on HBAR start to break above this 0.3 region here. So essentially, if we break above this, then this is going to be very good news, because first and foremost, we've been watching this double bottom pattern here on HBAR, and of course, just to simplify this a little bit, we can see that we've had this neckline here for the double bottom pattern. So essentially, a double bottom pattern is a bullish chart pattern. It tells us we could see a trend reversal. And as you can see, trend was bearish throughout the start of 2025. And now, since we've seen a breakout past this upper resistance line, we can expect the price target here from this double bottom pattern of the distance between one of the bottoms to where the current resistance stands. And as you guys can see, we are expecting a price target here on HBAR of 0.4. Now, we've seen this breakout already, so that is really good to see. We've seen the prices come down actually on several occasions to test this resistance here on HBAR as a support, so that's very bullish. We love to see that. Now, all we are expecting over the coming days and weeks is this 0.4 region to be hit on HBAR. And of course, like I say, I think that as soon as the prices break above 0.3, we should be getting to 0.4 very, very quickly. Now, some other reasons to be bullish here on HBAR is the fact that if we have a look on the MACD, particularly on the 4-hour chart, we can see that the trend here on the MACD is clearly bullish. We have bullish momentum here on the shorter term for HBAR. We've got the one-day MACD with still a bit of bearish momentum lingering around, but you can see that the bearish momentum is getting less and less. And if we get a crossover of the two lines here on the MACD, so the blue line and the orange line crossover, that is a strong buy signal in my opinion. So maybe we get that crossover as the prices start to break out past 0.3. That would be very bullish in my opinion. Of course, looking at the 1-week MACD, this is also a very bullish setup. So things here on HBAR, in my opinion, are looking very, very nice. Now, what's probably most exciting as well here in crypto, in my opinion, is the fact that if we go onto Ethereum's chart, we have broken past 4,000. And as you guys can see, the prices have started to come above this upper white line. Now, we're looking at Ethereum because at the end of the day, Ethereum is the largest altcoin. So if we see Ethereum doing well, we should see other altcoins like HBAR also doing very well. Now, the most important thing here on Ethereum has been the fact that we've seen this long-term consolidation on the price on the Ethereum chart. So since 2020, we've been in this triangle pattern, and just as of the past few days, we have broken to the upside of this resistance, and the price target stemming from this triangle puts Ethereum at 5 figures. Now, if Ethereum continues its pump upwards, it will drag the rest of the larger cap altcoins like HBAR upwards with it. So when we see Ethereum doing well, we are going to see a very bullish bias here in HBAR, both in the shorter term and in the longer term as well. So that's another big reason, in my opinion, to be bullish. The fact that we've seen a massive breakout here from a 5-year pattern. So of course, like I say, short-term target is 0.4. However, this is just the tip of the iceberg, because in the longer term, I do think prices here on HBAR are going to be going quite a lot higher. But before we get into those price targets, if you guys want to get $10 completely free to buy some HBAR before it explodes, then do not forget to check out the MEXC exchange. As you can see on the screen, they're giving every new user who signs up using the link in the description down below $10 to get started. Now, this exchange does not require KYC. The only thing you need to do to get this money is to deposit some fiat or crypto into your new account, and then you get that $10 straight away. So like I say, you can use it to buy some HBAR, or you can long or short HBAR with up to 200 times leverage using the MEXC futures exchange. Again, link for this is in the description down below. Thank you guys as always for your support. Let's get back into this video. So in 2025, so just zooming out now on the HBAR chart, let me just get rid of those annotations so we can see this clearer. And essentially what we've been watching here in the longer term for HBAR is this consolidation pattern that's been happening over the past 5 years. So we have this down here as our support, we have this up here as our resistance, and as you guys can see, HBAR and Ethereum are in very similar situations. Both of them are showing us a 5-year long consolidation. The only difference between them is that here on Ethereum, we've already broken out to the upside, and on HBAR, we are yet to break out to the upside. Now, of course, this is to be expected because Ethereum is a larger cap crypto than HBAR. We generally tend to see the largest cryptos move first, and then we see other large caps follow soon thereafter. So I do expect HBAR to also break out of its long-term triangle. Now, also remember what I said in the shorter term, we could be seeing this double bottom pattern, which had a price target of 0.4. And as you guys will notice, 0.4 actually lies above this upper resistance line. The resistance currently sits at 0.37. So if we see that price target from this double bottom pattern hit over the next few weeks, that could mean that we also see a breakout to the upside of this triangle pattern. Now, if that is to occur, that could trigger off this 5-year long triangle pattern here on HBAR, and that has a huge price target, which is measured by getting the first test of support to the first test of resistance up here. And if we drag this measuring tool to wherever we might see a breakout here on HBAR, let's just say that happens sometime in September, we could be looking at a price target here on HBAR of $8. And that's a 2000% upside from wherever we break out. So this upper resistance line, in my opinion, is definitely one to watch out for. And that currently sits at 0.37. So this here, $7.90 is my price target for HBAR in 2025. What gives me even more conviction to the fact that we could see this price target is the fact that we are seeing other cryptos showing us very similar consolidation patterns. Ethereum was one strong example, but if we have a look at XLM, very similar token here to HBAR, we have a very similar story. We've got this 7-year consolidation pattern, and like HBAR, XLM is close to breaking out to the upside of its own consolidation pattern. We can look at other ones as well. Chainlink is another good example of a strong consolidation pattern close to breaking out to the upside. And there's plenty others that we can bring up as well. But essentially, HBAR is basically following the whole market. And so as we see Ethereum take the lead and break out to the upside, I think HBAR could be coming soon over the coming days and weeks for its own upper resistance line there. So this makes me wildly bullish here on HBAR for the coming days and weeks, as well as for 2025. Now, just to add a few more price targets for people who are slightly more conservative, of course, this is quite an ambitious price target. That's essentially a 21x to the upside. So if we are being more conservative, let's say we get a few headwinds in 2025 that makes the bull run not as bullish as it should be, then I have these price targets for you. They lie on these Fibonacci levels. And these 3 fibs here are the more conservative targets for you. Now, this 1.272 fib here tells us that we could see about $1.20 here on Hedera. The next up, the 1.41 fib shows that we could see $1.80-ish. And then this golden fib ratio here, arguably the most important one, shows us that we could see $3.20 here in 2025 for HBAR. So we got a range of price targets depending on your risk appetite. If everything falls into place here in crypto, so what I'm mostly watching for in the longer term are these two indicators. They're both out of 100, so if these two values are close to 100, it's going to give Hedera the best possible chance to get to its maximum price target there that I've given you at $7.90. So really looking forward to seeing how Hedera performs in the shorter term as well as the longer term. Of course, Hedera is one of my top coins for 2025. I love the category of crypto that is in. Of course, this is the same category that you'll find coins like XRP, XLM, XCN, XDC, and others that we cover on this channel. So a big future, in my opinion, lies ahead for this token. Hopefully, guys, this video has been helpful for you. Do let me know down in the comments if you are holding any Hedera, and if you are, let me know what your personal price targets are for 2025. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you in my next video.